time I'm choosing bringing you guys the first episode in our Houston Astros fantasy draft franchise mode. So, I haven't really ever played an AL team in a save before, so I wanted to venture into the AL. It's going to be a lot different because I'm not going to have to use pinch hitters, and I wanted to continue playing OOTP a lot, but kind of being able to alternate with the Rockies and then an AL team. I am currently sick. It is Christmas Eve, so you guys will probably see this the day after Christmas. So hopefully you guys had a great Christmas, but I am sick, so do please bear with me. We are going to be doing a fantasy draft, like I said, though, and I think we're going to randomize this. Let's do twice. Once and twice. We're going to get the third pick. That is, I'm happy with that. Rockies are going to get the second. That's our other career mode. But the thing is that with the second pick, my second round pick is going to be like the last pick. So or the third pick, sorry. So it's good to be in the top three because, I mean, I assume Trout, Kershaw, and Harper are going to go 1, 2, and 3, depending on, just obviously in that order, not exactly sure. But let's get into this draft. I'm very excited. I haven't really done too many fantasy drafts this year just because I just, have been so busy with that Rockies franchise mode. So Detroit is up first, and they're going to take Mike Trout, fair enough. And they are going to take Bryce Harper. So let's look at starting pitches, because starting pitching is, very, very, very important. Jose Fernandez. Not a bad shout, because, I mean, you really don't have that great of starters. And I think I might take back-to-back starters in the second and third rounds just to kind of bolster up a bullpen or a starting rotation a little bit. Outfielders, can we go to the 70-80 scale? I think we can. Players. Ooh, I know I can somewhere. Global settings. There we go. We'll switch that up real quick, and we'll go back to the draft. So, Cespedes, Brantley, Stanton wouldn't be a bad pick. Neither would. I don't know. It just doesn't look like there's too great of outfield options. Like I want to, obviously want a young player. Jose Altuve would not be bad. Jose Altuve, I really feel like he is not talked about enough for the stuff that he does. I feel like, obviously with the bigger players, he just isn't talked about enough for what he's doing. But it also raises the question, Correa. The thing is that, obviously Correa as well as Altuve both, used to play for Houston, so I'm not exactly sure if I want to go for one of them. Let's actually just look at corner infield. So first base, it's looking not the greatest. Maybe be able to snatch up Franco. That wouldn't be a bad shout. But I feel like we're going to pass on starting pitching, and we're going to go with shortstop or second base. That is the real question. I think we're going to go with Carlos Correa. Even though I know he is a former Astro, we're going to bring him back, 21 years old. We're going to sign him. Alright, so Kansas City, going to take Kershaw. We'll just do like the first 15 picks to see who goes where. Rangers are going to take Machado. Didn't even think about Machado, actually. Jose Fernandez is going to go off the board. Stanton to the Red Sox. Thor is going to go to the Mets, so returning to his home team. McCutchen to the Orioles. Interesting. Sano to the Cardinals. Chris Sale to the Yankees. Sonny Gray to the Twins. Goldschmidt to the Phillies. Pollock to the White Sox. And Harvey to the Pirates. Bryant to the Angels. I feel like Chris Bryant going 17 is a little bit of a disservice to him. I guess he isn't, as seasoned as he's got an extra year, and he'd probably be an 80 out of 80 next year, but especially if Joey Votto is an 80 out of 80, I don't know if I'd consider Joey Votto an 80 out of 80. Strasburg going to the Jays, Gold going to the Marlins, Lindor going to the Dodgers. DeGrom going to the Athletics. Buxton going to the Padres, so another player we have in our Rockies. So we are going to send to our next pick. Let's look at all the players. And I believe this is where we go for starting pitching. Looking at the starting pitching, we have Matt Scherzer, as well as we can go get Quintana. I think that'd be actually a pretty good 1-2 punch. We could also go after Glenn Richards. So I think we're going to draft 2 starting pitchers back to back. We'll look at the draft log fairly quickly, see if we see anyone that jumps out at us. Ross going to Cincinnati. Jose Altuve actually made it to the second round. Interesting, going to the Padres. Soler going to Oakland. Rizzo going to the Pirates. That was actually another player I was hoping to snag. I wonder if it doesn't look... Oh, Steven Matz picked a couple, like 2 picks before we did. That kind of sucks. That would have been a nice ace to have. I was going to look at third base. Franco is still on the board. So I think let's draft 1 starting pitcher. Do we go Scherzer? Do Jose Quintana? Scherzer, I mean, he's so good. So good. Like, such a dominant pitcher with his strikeouts. Let's go with Scherzer. He's 31. I mean, there's still some decent pitching in the later rounds. So we're going to draft him. Colorado's going to take Shelby Miller. Good pick. Richards, LaCroix, Friedman. Okay, so with the amount of pitchers that we're taking, this is tough. Very, very tough. Do we shore up... Oops, sorry. Do we shore up our infield? Do we go for a really young team? To try to maybe compete in a couple of years? Like, this is where we got to put some thought into it. Now, let's look at the starters. Obviously, we still have Quintana. Chris Archer's still here, as well as Pena. I'm feeling Quintana would not be a bad shout. And then maybe next round we can go... we're just not going to be able to draft another pitcher. We need to get some position players. Okay, so we're going to go with what I thought we were going to do. We're going to draft 2 pitchers in a row. And hopefully we're going to have a better rotation than most. We'll go to our next pick. Alright, so still some pretty decent pitching left on the board. So we are going to go look at some batters. With Correa, I would like to get a young-ish... oh, and there's Franco. I think we got to nab Franco. So now we have a shortstop on the third base. So left side of our infield is solid. Let's see who Colorado picks. Adam Jones, interesting. So we need to go after an outfielder, I believe, this round. Actually, let's check at the first base. So first base, we still have a little bit of depth. Maybe able to squeeze in... I mean, Carlos Santana, Brandon Belt, still some fairly good. Cole Calhoun, yeah. So we're going to pass on first base for now. Let's look at outfielders. Matt Holliday wouldn't be too bad. Chris Davis, Desmond Jennings, Hunter Pence, Corey Dickerson. I wouldn't mind Corey Dickerson. But I think Alex Gordon... I think Chris Davis, left fielder. Can he play? He can only play left field. What about Desmond Jennings? Yeah, he can play. I think we're going to go for Desmond Jennings here. Yeah, we're going to go for Desmond Jennings. Get us kind of like a little bit of a utility outfielder. And I feel like... Let's see who's still on the board for pitching. Cashner, Tanaka, Brett Anderson. Tanaka wouldn't be a bad shout, as well as Cashner wouldn't be a bad shout. Evaldi, Patrick Corbin. Andrew Henne, actually. Jake Ordizzi. I kind of feel like we go for somebody that's a little bit younger, so he can kind of, fill a role in a couple of years. Trevor Bauer. Kyle Hendricks, I don't think he should only be a 58. I tell you what he was lights out this season. I swear he won the Cy Young. I could be wrong. I don't even know if the awards. That's only. I swear I saw a news article saying that Kyle Hendricks won the Cy Young. I could totally be wrong, but I feel like he should have. So there are some young pitchers. DeStefani still. Robbie Ray that'd be interesting. I've seen Robbie Ray play in Arizona, and like any Arizona pitcher, I'm just very hesitant to take because I saw that pitching staff totally collapse. Mike Leake, Jake Ordizzi, really. Let's look at the highest potential guys. Let's actually look at the highest potential customized filter with a overall rating of at least 30, just so like all those really high prospect guys are gone. Heaney. I feel like Trevor Bauer would not be a bad shout. We'd add a righty into our our rotation, or do we just? Let's look at the fielders real quick. If the batters are still pretty depth, Trey Turner's still on the freaking board. Addison Russell as well. J.P. Crawford. Wow. Conforto would not be a bad shout. I feel like we go for Conforto. 23 years old. He's got plenty of baseball left in him. J.P. Crawford would be good as well as Addison Russell or Trey Turner or Diaz or Baez, but we just don't need a shortstop with Correa. I mean, there's just no reason to draft a shortstop. And it looks like the infielders are going to be thinning out fairly quickly. Maybe just go get Prince Fielder wouldn't be too bad of a shout. Lucas Duda. Let's go look at first baseman real quick. See Alex Gordon. Nobody too strong. What about second base? Okay, so Russell and Turner both could play second base for us, as well as Javier Baez. How long is he here for? 2 weeks? Okay, so I assume he'd start the season for us. Who would give us second base? I mean, I'm not really looking for a power guy, but if we could get a power guy, I'd be pretty happy with that. It looks like Javier Baez is going to give us the most potential power. I think, yeah, we're going to go for Javier Baez. Oops, yeah. We are going to draft Javier Baez, and we should have another pick right after this, no? In round 6, so, yeah. So then we should be able to still go get Bauer in 2 rounds, or like 3 picks. Severino, Doiser, Jay Bruce, and Josh Harrison. Beautiful. Now we will go get Bauer. And I'm liking how our rotation is turning out. We got Quintana, Bauer, and Scherzer. All right, so Robbie Ray still on the board. Wouldn't be too bad. Let's look at batters. So I think we need to play another outfielder if we do. I do know that who was it? Oh, Trey Turner did play outfield this year. Hector, Eddie Rosario. Who did he play for last year? Minnesota. Didn't have too terrible of a year. I mean, 13 home runs, 267. Still, coming in. He doesn't have the greatest batting stats. And it kind of looks like the whole team was young. And without a veteran, it's kind of hard to, you know, develop as much as, you know, I'd like them. Domingo Santana. All these players played for the Milwaukee the Twins last year. He did not do, not great. He just got some pretty decent home run potential. And he only played 38 games. Actually, he played, I don't know, like 50, just under 50 games. Or just over 50 games, sorry. In the majors, and that's not, he didn't do bad. Who else? Let's see who else is on the board. Oh, we don't have any relief pitching. Probably should go get a closer. Cody Allen, Craig Kernble. Yeah, let's go get Cody Allen. Yeah, I'm happy with that pick. 27. We'll pick him, and goodness, I do not feel great at all. Now, I'm not exactly sure who I want to go for. I feel like we need a pitcher. Not a pitcher. What is that position called? An outfielder. An outfielder. And the real question is, do we go for Hector? Do we go for Alex Gordon? Corey Dickerson. 10 bombs. Nobody's really like saying, you know, draft me. I guess we're gonna grab Corey Dickerson. All right, let's look at relief pitching. Herrera coming off 2 very, very good years with Kansas City. We're going to draft him, get us at least a setup and a closer. And now we're back at the starting dilemma. Eichhoff, we could just go grab Eichhoff and have a fairly good rotation in a couple of years. I'm happy with that pick. And we are going to complete the rest of the draft. We went 10 rounds, so we kind of got our basis of our team. And we're going to meet the team, go through it real quick, see where we kind of are going. Hopefully they draft a couple of prospects to, you know, continue to improve the team in later years. But that, look at that pitching. Like, it just does not look very good after Eichhoff. I mean, Matt Cain, Ian Kennedy. Other than that, Jorge De La Rosa. Looks like it goes downhill very quickly. Oh, probably not my best idea recording with a sore throat, I will tell you, but I don't know, I'm excited to play as an AL team. Like I said, I really haven't ever played an AL team. So it's going to be different now. I think hopefully it'll be a little bit easier with not having to pinch hit and being able to focus more on a bullpen than having, you know, all these positional players that can, you know, pinch hit, and I think that'll probably be the nicest thing, and being able to get a big bat, you know, in the lineup for a DH. Goodness, I do not feel good at all. Draft is 99, 100. All right, so our draft is done. Let's go look. Oh, no. So put some potential, guys. Let's go run through our lineup real quick. Let's go. So we got Scherzer, Quintana, Bauer, Garza, and Basket. We also got Thornburg. So we got some decent pitchers. I'm happy with our bullpen. Reynold Delgado, all players that I've used before. Now we got Baez leading off. Matt Kemp, who's, I assume, on a fairly big contract. $6 million. Okay, so that's good. Because the contract he was on before was like $20 million. Oh, you probably can't see. But I feel like he was on like a $20 million contract. You should be able to see that. Come on now. So Baez, Kemp, Correa, Franco, Dickerson, Matt Duffy, Desmond Jennings, John Ryan Murphy, sorry, and I've never heard of this name either. And Murphy. I also did add the Cuban leagues, so just I added quite a few leagues, so you can see them all here. The Korean league, I want to say I added the league from Taiwan, Korea. Yeah, I said Korea. Just a couple leagues, Mexican league, just to kind of add some spice to it. See if we get any free agents from over there, but. Our team doesn't look terrible. Desmond Jennings, Duffy. Obviously we're gonna have to look at a first base improvement, but I really don't think that. I think this is gonna be more of a long-term franchise, just because it's gonna take a while for us to get good. We also do have Newcomb, very decent prospect, as well as Verdugo. Let's go look at the top. Let's go look at the top prospects. I don't know. I need to look at the top prospects. I need to look at the rankings of the minor league systems. All right, so the Padres, Rockies, Diamondbacks. So that's 3 NL West teams. But with Burrows, Swanson, J.P. Crawford, wow, those looks like some loaded Honeywell. Let's look. Where is Houston? Oh, we only have Jones. So we're definitely going to have to improve our farm system quite a bit. But that's okay. Always room for improvement. Let's look at our preseason predictions. And we're going to cut the video. Oh, I think we need 2 sim a day. We might have to sim a couple days. So I guess we'll jump into the preseason predictions. And we're going to kind of look at the goals next time. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. My name is Summer Shoes, and I will see you guys next time.